Hello everyone, this is my first video where I'm going to explain a new build. So I'm using Shattering Concoction, I'm a Pathfinder, and I'm going to explain everything by detail. The way to scale the damage, the survivability of the build, everything. So let's start with the damage. Okay, Shattering Concoction, as you know, it's a skill that is freezing everything. It also is inflicting exposure on hit. It's pretty good. It's super good. It's one of my favorite skills. I was playing it since the release, and then they were nerfing it like so hard that it was basically impossible to play. But this league, I was like, I have to make it work. So, okay. First, the first item that is super important, mainly at the beginning, is this armor. It's making it so we use less flash charges. It's like 50% less, so it's a lot. You can really notice the difference, and you will never ever run out of charges. Never. Combination is already good enough to sustain spamming non-stop. You can do it, and it's going to be fine. Well, then the next problem I was hitting with this build was like, okay, how do I scale damage? Like, I remember when this game was released, there was that quiver that you could equip, and then the skill could scale like to 200,000 damage or something like super crazy. It's not possible anymore, but it's true that now also the bosses don't have the same amount of life as they used to have, so I don't know, for now the build seems like very, very cheap, very low budget, and you can do basically almost all the content. Like, I have done all the content except Arbiter of Ash. I still haven't done it because I don't have the fragments. I'm actually still farming. I made some Guardians already, and they were super easy. Like, the difficulty right now, it's like, I have to check because I don't remember. I think it's like, I was putting 2 difficulty already points on the bosses, yeah. Yeah, 2. And right now, the damage feels like awesome. I'm like melting bosses with like 3-4 hits. It's crazy. I never would have expected this build to become this good. But anyway, I'm going to continue with the explanation. So, scaling damage, that was the next problem, the next big problem. How am I going to scale damage? So, I saw that there is the Crown of Ice. It's in the game. So, I was like, I could use this. How about if I use this? We cannot use quivers anymore here, but how about if I try with Focus? And it worked. I'm using it. It's allowing me to cast the skill. No limitations. So I was like, I can get easily almost 100 spell damage here on top of cold damage, resistances, and it's super good. So I did it. And then that's like the second main thing that you need, a good focus. I was finding this one for like 10 exalts at the beginning of the league. I don't know right now, I haven't checked if the prices of this, I don't know. I think it can be quite cheap because it's like, it doesn't even have energy shield. It only has 1 resistance. The only thing that is actually good here is like those 2 mods, of those 2 damage mods. The rest is kind of like trash. And then, well, another way to scale the damage, of course, plus levels to projectiles. I have this amulet. It was also like quite cheap, but I have to say that I was very lucky slamming it to 40 spirit. Was quite good, turning out pretty good. But again, it's not like something that is costing me like 10 divines. I think it's this one is affordable. So now, yeah, this is basically those 3 things are scaling my damage, and then there is the globes, Leopold's globes. This is like 5 or 10 exalts. Super good for this build, because we are using exposure which is applied by the skill, and then on top of that we are using the elemental weakness. Yeah, you see the red number, but don't worry, it's fixed. I will go on with that later. But yeah, so we are basically lowering the resistances of the enemies for like close to 0, I would say, because we got this, then we got the exposure, and then we also have penetration on the tree. And the penetration we have is, I'm going to tell you right now, it's 60% on top of all the resistances that we are like lowering already. It's actually reducing the everything to like -50. If it's not reaching the -50, it's very close to that. So it's quite good. This is like skyrocketing the damage, but there is one secret technology that I haven't seen anyone using, at least with this skill and this build. People are normally using different globes, and they are going in a different approach. They are using the hollow palm technique. I don't do it. And well, I'm using Eternal Rage, which came out this league. It's amazing. It's giving us 30% more damage. I have checked all the spirit gems possible, and there is nothing that comes close to this in terms of damage. So I was adding this to the build. It works amazing. I'm also having Mysticism, which is like 40% spell damage, while your energy shield is full. It's kind of bad for clearing, because it's like you normally get hit a lot. I don't have evasion, and you get hit, so spirit energy shield is gone most of the time. But against bosses, we are dodging everything, and it's up all the time, so we get a little bit more damage from there too. So now I'm gonna go with the last piece of technology that is skyrocketing the damage in this build, and it's crazy good. It's basically this support gem. It's actually, you would think it's trash. It's only giving you 1% for extra cold, like for six seconds, and normally if you use Frost Wall, it's gonna give you only like 12,000. So 12,000, and every 2,000 of crystals life, it's giving you 1%. I don't know, it's like 6%. No. So I was like testing stuff, and I made it work. So I'm gonna explain. I'm using Glacier, which is giving you 100% more life. On top of that, the skill is like level 20. So right now it would have like, I think it would have like 12,000, something like that. But I'm using it in the second weapon, which is this one. So it's giving me like +7 level to all cold spell skills, which is then skyrocketing the base maximum life of this skill. Because look at this. Let me switch, and then it's now 27. So you check, and now ice crystals have 70,000, almost 18. But as I said before, we have these plus 100%. Then we go on the tree, and as a secondary weapon set, skill points, we go here and we put this. This is another 200 increase. So now we check how much life it has. Maximum life, it has a crazy amount. Now just divide that by 2, and it's like, it would be like a 50% of extra cold damage. 50%. So yeah, look at this. It's 53,000 damage now. But if I do this and then I destroy some ice walls, it's going to 88,000. But that's not where everything stopped, because we also have Freezing Mark. With Freezing Mark, you basically, they changed it this league, and it's giving you a bonus 30% extra damage of gain as cold. So it's also like it's making our damage like skyrocket. It goes to 100,000, something like that. It's crazy during mapping and while bossing. It's crazy. Okay, so I think the damage part explaining of the video is done. Now I'm going to go about the defenses of the build. It's quite basic. Like normally at the beginning of the build, I was using these 3 points. It's giving me 4, 4, 4, and 8. It's like 16 damage is taken from mana before life, and then I was also taking these 2, which is another 16%, so 32, and then I was anointing this. So it's a 42% of the damage is going to mana before life. And that's basically the only defensive mechanic this build is using. And well, I can tell that it's totally fine. It's not tanky because, well, let's be honest, it's not the tankiest build you will ever play, but nothing is ever touching us because we are freezing everything before it's even touching us. And if they even survive, if they survive the freeze, then there is going to be the chilling ground. They're going to be super slow. They will never reach you before they die. So yeah, those are the defenses. And well, I can show you the whole tree. Like anyway, I think I will put a POB in the description of the video, so you can see everything. But anyway, I'm going to show all the items slot by slot. So yeah, as I said, we have Crown of Ice, then we have Husk of Dreams, then we got this amulet I was already showing up, and then we got this ruby ring, then we got this sapphire ring, the globes, then we got, I forgot to explain about it, but we also need this to sustain charges. The belt is super important. You need the reduce flask charge use, and you need it in the implicit of the build, and you also need it in the affix down there. So yeah, suffix. So here, right here, you get like, you have to make sure that you get at least 30% or more than that. And yeah, then the boots, it's pretty basic, just resistances, rarity if you need, or if you want, it's not mandatory. Some life, some mana. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. The defenses are basically, yeah, life, mana, and mind over matter, but not the keystone. So yeah, that's basically it. Everything is covered. Well, the charms are, it depends. You can play with these around as you need. Like if you feel that you get stunned a lot, that it's possible, and maybe it's the most convenient for you to take a anti-stun charm. But for me, these ones are pretty good. And then the life flask, I forgot to mention it, that it would be good that I get a flask that is instant, or at least one of those that is half of it is instant, and then the rest is like recovering slowly. Those are the best. I didn't get that one because I'm kind of lazy, and I was like, yeah, I can do it later. I have to figure out other stuff, and yeah, I still haven't done it, but I have to do it. And the mana flask, yeah, I think I already explained, but you can see it better here. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the build. Oh, I also have to explain that here are the sockets. So there is multi-shot, there is elemental armament, there is rapid attacks, cold attunement, and berry glass. By the way, I'm sorry if I'm spelling the things in the wrong way. English is not like my main language, and I'm Spanish, but yeah, I'm trying at least. Then for freezing mark, you want a prolonged duration, charge mark, and eternal mark. This one is kind of good because when you consume the charge, it's making it so it's leaving shocking ground, and it's giving us like 20% more damage. That's super good. Then for elemental weakness, We have 18 course and then prolonged duration. Eternal Rage, we have Mysticism. And yeah, then for Frost Wall, we have Glacier, Cold Mastery, Spell Cascade, and Crystalline Shards. So yeah, those are the links. Then for the sockets here in the every piece of equipment, you can basically fill them as you need, and well, only one of them is kind of mandatory when you have enough currency. Right now they were super cheap. It was like 6 exalts. It's there. 15% of damage is taken from mana before life. We add this so you can remove these points here. So you save 3 points that you can put them into critical bonus damage. And yeah, that's basically it.